Qatar's Emir sends his heartfelt condolences to Egypt after a fatal train accident. And Lebanon's caretaker Prime Minister makes his first visit to Qatar. On to COVID news, 35% of all adults in Qatar have received their first dose of vaccination. And finally, a heartwarming Syrian talent has been discovered on a Qatari show.
Hey everyone, it's Ali, and here's today's top stories.
We start with Qatar's Emir Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, who sent his condolences to Egypt's President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi following a tragic train accident that left nearly a dozen people dead. The train, which was bound for the Nile Delta city of Mansoura, derailed north of the capital Cairo on Sunday. At least 2 days earlier, 15 people were injured in another train crash, and in March, 20 people were killed and 200 more were wounded in a similar incident. The increased accidents have led to passionate calls for the resignation of Egypt's transportation minister. Now here in Doha, Lebanon's caretaker Prime Minister Hassan Diab is on a 2-day visit to Qatar that will include meetings with senior officials. Speaking to Doha News, Diab's advisor said the Lebanese official's itinerary includes a sit-down with Emir Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani. The main focus of the talks will be on how Qatar can help ease the suffering of the Lebanese people who have been facing multiple crises in recent years. This is Diab's first trip abroad since taking office. Moving on to COVID news, the Ministry of Public Health confirmed more than 35% of Qatar's adult population have now received at least their first dose of the vaccination. The total number of vaccination doses handed out since December now stands at more than 1.2 million. The latest figures come as welcome news after weeks of an alarming rise in coronavirus infections across the country. Meanwhile, the Health Ministry has announced the minimum eligible age to receive vaccination appointments has now been dropped to 35. And finally, this is the heartwarming moment that a talented 17-year-old Syrian was discovered on a Qatari TV show. The host of the show was filming at an oil refinery in Syria when he heard the voice of Ahmed Al-Khattab singing from inside an oil refining burner. The young Syrian who was working at the site was given a scholarship to help him return to education.
That's all for today's news. For more information, please head over to our website www.dohanews.co.